Hello everyone, I am Ravneet Kaur, Clinical Instructor of Khalsa College of Nursing, Amritsar. Today I am going to present a topic that is abortion. What is abortion? Abortion is the expulsion or extraction of the product of conception, that is the fetus, the fetal membrane and the placenta, that is weighing 500 gram or less when it is not capable of independent survival. In simple terms, abortion is when a pregnancy has ended and doesn't result in the birth of a baby. Sometimes it is also known as termination of pregnancy. There are many causes or factors that can lead to abortion, and the main cause of the abortion is genetical abnormalities. Majority 50% of the abortions are due to chromosomal abnormalities of the fetus, and other factors or causes that affects the abortion or that leads to abortion can be infections. Infections can be bacterial, viral or fungal, and autoimmunity, immunological disorders, endocrine and metabolic disorders, which includes luteal phase defect, diabetes mellitus and thyroid abnormalities. And other causes can be medical maternal illness, that can be cyanotic heart disease or hemoglobinopathies, and other environmental factors such as use of smoking, use of alcohol or use of chemical or illegal drugs during pregnancy. And now the classification of abortion. Mainly, abortion is classified into two main types, that is induced abortion and spontaneous abortion. Induced abortion is when we intentionally terminate the pregnancy through medical or surgical methods. Further, induced abortion is classified into two more types, that is legal medical termination of pregnancy and illegal termination of pregnancy. On the other hand, spontaneous abortion is also known as miscarriage. The spontaneous loss of a woman's pregnancy before the 20th week can be both physically and emotionally painful. Miscarriage is the most common type of pregnancy loss and often occurs because the fetus doesn't develop normally. Now, I'm gonna further explain the types of the spontaneous abortion. First one is threatened abortion. Threatened abortion is when the process of miscarriage has been started, but not progressed to that stage from where the recovery is impossible. It includes signs and symptoms that are bleeding per vagina. Bleeding can be bright red or brownish in color, and that stops spontaneously. And the bleeding can be painless, but there may be dull backache or abdominal pain due to hemorrhage. And for its management, we provide diazepam 5 mg to relieve the pain. That is, dose can be twice a daily, and bed rest. We advise the bed rest to patient until bleeding stops, and the other management can be, we can advise the patient to avoid intercourse and to avoid traveling and to avoid heavy stillness and heavy workload. Second type is inevitable abortion. Inevitable abortion is from the continuation of the pregnancy is impossible. Signs and symptoms are increased vaginal bleeding, lower abdominal pain that is colicky in nature, and dilated internal os. In management, we can administer 0.2 mg methergine to control the bleeding, and Conceptus products extracted through medical and surgical methods of termination. Third one is complete miscarriage. It is when the whole products of the conception are expelled out before 20th week is called complete abortion. Women will present with heavy vaginal bleeding, passage of clots and tissues, and abdominal pain and cramping. Fourth type is incomplete miscarriage. When the whole products of conceptions are not expelled out from the uterine cavity, instead some remained parts remain inside the uterine cavity. Women will be present with continuous colicky pain in lower abdomen and persistent vaginal bleeding. Fifth type is missed abortion. Missed abortion is also known as silent abortion. It is also known as silent abortion because it is a situation in which the fetus is dead but it remains inside the uterine cavity. It shows persistence of brownish vaginal discharge and the subsidence of the pregnancy symptoms. All the organs of the body and the physiological changes comes again to the pre-pregnant stage. And the fifth one is the septic abortion. Septic abortion is the type that is associated with the clinical evidences of infection of the uterus and its contents is called septic abortion. It is characterized by rise of temperature at least 100.4 degrees Celsius, offensive or purulent vaginal discharge, evidence of pelvic infection such as lower abdominal pain and tenderness. And then the other type of the abortion is recurrent abortion. Recurrent is when there is spontaneously consecutive 3 or 4 abortions. Their causes can be genetic causes, endocrine and metabolic disorders, autoimmunity, immunological disorders, or cervicouterine abnormalities. Now, the methods of abortion. Mainly, the choice of method of abortion depends upon the stage of the pregnancy and the type of the abortion and other patient factors. An ultrasound exam may be needed to check the stage of the pregnancy before an abortion can be done. Generally, there are two methods for the abortion. First one is medical and the other one is surgical. In medical method, we use some medications to induce or initiate the abortion. Most commonly used drugs are oxytocin, prostaglandins and mifepristone. And in surgical method, the most commonly used method is artificial rupture of membranes, and in some cases we use combined methods, that is both medical and surgical methods of termination. And after induction and initiation of the abortion, the remaining products of the conceptors are evacuated and extracted through either dilatation and evacuation or dilatation and curettage, which commonly known as D&C and D&D. Now, what is the general management of the abortion? The management is dependent upon the cause and type of abortion. And in addition to treatment, the mother is given reassurance and adequate counseling and support. The mother should take rest and must avoid strenuous activities, intercourse and traveling. And all of these cases should receive careful antenatal supervision. And now the nursing responsibilities in abortion. Check vital signs, blood tests, bleeding and vaginal secretions of vagina. Maintain strict aseptic technique, maintain perineal hygiene and vulval hygiene, and provide psychological care to the patient. Prevention of abortion. In many cases, the cause of abortion is unidentified and we wouldn't have been able to prevent it. However, there are ways to lower the risk of abortion, which includes not smoking during pregnancy, not drinking alcohol or use of any illegal drugs during pregnancy, eating a healthy and balanced diet, and making an attempt to prevent infection, avoid certain foods that can make you ill and harm your baby, and being a healthy weight, because obesity is also a cause for the abortion. And in cases in which cause of miscarriage can be identified, then have the treatment to prevent the causing any more miscarriages. Thanks.